Hello everyone, and welcome yet again to another wonderful episode on our channel where we review the rich list of some of the most richest and successful individuals. In today's video, we will be reviewing the top 10 richest poker players in the world. Not footballers, not basketballers, but poker players. Did you know that some of the richest poker stars in the world are worth more than professionals who participate in other sports more popular than poker? Let's get right on to the 10 richest players in the game. Number 10. Antonio Esfandiari, $27 million. The number 10 player on the poker rich list is Antonio Esfandiari with a net worth of $27 million. His biggest prize win earned him more than half of his net worth after he won the WSOP's Big 1-for-1 Drop tournament. You wouldn't believe it, guys, but Antonio smiled home with more than $18 million in prize money. This prize was actually the biggest cash prize ever to be won at a poker competition at the time. The former magician won his first poker title in 2004 and has won several other titles ever since. He has also won more prize money from tournaments and maintained his consistency before he lost his title to Daniel Negreanu. Number 9. Tony G, $36 million. This poker player is not an ordinary boardman, but a player with a surprising background. Going by the real name Antanas Guoga, Tony G is a politician and a former member of the European Parliament. How does Tony G earn most of his money? Well, he is a successful businessman, and most of his income comes from his business assets and investments company, Cyberpunk Holdings. Although he has never won a title before, he remains one of the most prolific players of the day because he has gotten to the final stage of championship games 15 times in his career. Having won several cash prizes this far, Tony G has been able to amass a $36 million wealth in the process. Number 8. Justin Bonomo, $49 million. Coming 8th on the list ahead of Tony G is none other than one of the biggest winners of the Big 1-for-1 Drop tournament, Justin Bonomo. Justin is worth $49 million. This player recorded one of the biggest one-drop wins, which earned him a cash prize of $10 million. This win launched Justin into public limelight and made him the number 1 live tournament winner, a record he held until it was broken by Bryn Kenny. Having found success both in online and live tournaments, Justin Bonomo is a 3-time WSOP bracelet champion and has cashed out big 55 times at several events, including the legendary Super High Roller Online Bowl in 2020. Number 7. Daniel Negreanu, $50 million. The man who won the title from Esfandiari Antonio is the 7th richest poker player in the world, with a net worth of $50 million. Daniel Negreanu is no greenhorn in the game of poker. Nicknamed the Kid Poker, Daniel has won the WSOP bracelet 6 times and remains the only player to win the WSOP Player of the Year twice. Regarded as one of the most famous players not only of his generation but of all time, his skill has won him close to $42 million in tournament prize money, a figure only a few players can boast of. He has also earned significant sums as endorsement payments from poker stars and lately from GG Poker as an ambassador. Number 6. Bryn Kenny, $56 million. Who would have thought that poker players could earn 6 figures and be worth 7, 8, and 9 figures for their troubles? Well, they do. And Bryn Kenny happens to be one of them with a net worth of $56 million and counting. Although Bryn is not as popular as the other players on this list, the American won the biggest prize money in the history of the game in 2019 when he won a record of $20.5 million at the London Triton Million Charity event. Even though he didn't win the event, he struck a deal with the actual winner Aaron Zhang, allowing him to win the greater prize. Bryn is so good that he has finished at the money stage of events 32 times, and he has won more cash from tournaments than any player before and after him for now. His total tournament earnings are over $55 million, representing almost 100% of his entire wealth. Number 5. Doyle Brunson, $75 million. Regarded as one of the godfathers of the game, Doyle Brunson is one of the greatest players in history. The millionaire worth $75 million has won 10 WSOP bracelets and 2 main events won in consecutive years in 1976 and 1977. Now retired, Doyle has earned more than $6 million in tournament earnings and used to play cash games at the Bellagio's Bobby Room. Known by his peers as a high-stake player, Doyle Brunson used to play limited poker games with blinds of between $4,000 to $8,000. That's high-risk stakes even for experienced pros, but he didn't mind. However, most of his earnings have come from other sources, notably one of his poker books many readers consider the greatest poker strategy books of all time, Super System. Number 4. Chris Ferguson, $80 million. Chris Ferguson has had a checkered past. First, he was accused of being part of a massive Ponzi scheme, Full Tilt Poker, which robbed people of over $444 million. Despite coming out to apologize to the public, many rejected his apology and have held his mistakes over his head ever since. But suffice to say that Chris is a very successful poker player and has a healthy bank balance to prove it with a net worth of $80 million. In 2000, he won the main event at WSOP where he walked away with a $1.5 million prize money. With a noteworthy 90 in the money finishes at tournaments, Chris Ferguson has won more than $7 million at WSOP tournaments. He also earns regular streams of income from multiple sources. Number 3. Sam Farha, $100 million. The first $100 million man on our list is Sam Farha. The Lebanese poker star is a 3-time winner of the WSOP bracelet and a force in the poker world. He is regarded as one of the best high-stakes Omaha cash player with big tournament wins to his credit. For instance, Sam has won $488,241 for finishing second at a WSOP event while competing in the Omaha High-Low Split 8 Championship. Sam Farha is a successful author, actor, and TV presenter. Number 2. Phil Ivey. The second $100 million player and occupying number 2 on our list is the great Phil Ivey. Phil has won 10 WSOP bracelets and jointly occupied the second position with the great Doyle Brunson for WSOP wins and behind number winner Phil Hellmuth. This multiple title winner won $4 million as cash prize for coming first at the Aussie Millions LK Boutique AU Challenge. He is also a known high-stake cash game player who won $16 million within 3 days while competing against Texas magnate Andy Beal. Number 1. Dan Bilzerian, $200 million. The richest poker player by far and holding on strongly to number 1 spot is Dan Bilzerian with a net worth of $200 million. When it comes to the money game, no other player comes close to Dan Bilzerian. Dan's income comes from winning ultra-high stakes poker games and several other business ventures. He is also known to earn huge sums by leveraging his high social media presence to attract big endorsement deals from top brands. One testament to his playing skills is evident with the $50 million he won from playing poker in just 1 year in 2014. No other player has won as much within such a short period. What makes Dan Bilzerian's rags to riches story even more fascinating is that, unlike most of the other players in this rich list, he has never won a single major tournament in his playing career. Rather, he makes a fortune by risking it big on cash games, and boy, has he been very fortunate to have won so much within a very short time. There you have it, guys. The top 10 richest poker players in the world. By dedicating their time and resources to the board game, they have been able to amass so much wealth that professionals in other sports will wish they had. Do you think the skills of poker players are exaggerated since winning sometimes is down to luck? Or do you think they've made so much money because they are very good at what they do? Kindly let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. Until next time, cheers!